Hello my dear friends, welcome to my channel. Friends, in this particular video, we will see that how we can create a digital clock by using React.js. So here on your screen, you can see that this is the home page which I have created. So our home page consists of two different components. Our first component is a header component and the below component is a digital clock component. So our header component consists of some static text and our digital clock component consists of two buttons. So first one is used to start the clock and second one is used to stop the clock. So when I am pressing this start clock button, then here you can see that it is showing the digital clock to us and this is the real time. And when I am pressing this stop clock button, then here you can see that our digital clock is stopped now. So by pressing this start clock button, we can again start our digital clock, and by pressing this stop clock button, we can easily stop our digital clock. Now let us discuss that how I have created this particular digital clock application by using React.js. So this is our Visual Studio, and inside our Visual Studio here you can see that this is our index.js. So when we run our React application, then the first JS file which get executed is index.js. And inside our index.js here you can see that we are having two different components. First one is a header component and second one is a digital clock. So let me take you to the header component. So this is a header component and it is a simple functional component, and our header component is returning this content. So on our web page you can see that this is the content which we are getting, that is programming with Chetan and digital clock, and this content we are getting from our header.js file. Now let us discuss about our main component, that is our digital clock component. So my dear friend, this is a digital clock component and it is a class component I have created, and this class component is extending the react.component class. And here you can see that I have defined a constructor for our class component, that is digital component, and inside constructor we are initializing or providing the default values to our state object. So in React application we use this JavaScript state object so that we can store various values for the fields which we have defined for our class component. So here I have defined one field, that is current time, and initially its value is empty. Now before discussing about these actions, let me first take you to the render method of our digital clock. So this render method is the lifecycle method of class component, and whatever we will return from this render method will be displayed on our web page. So let us discuss about the implementation of this render method. So here you can see that this is the div container, and inside our div container we are having one button and its content is start clock. So here on our screen you can see that we are getting one button and its value is start clock. So this is the content which is getting displayed on our UI. Then we are having one more button, that is a stop clock button. So here you can see that this is a stop clock button and this is the button which we are getting from this particular section. And then I have defined one more field which is displaying conditionally. So let me first refresh our web page. So initially you can see that we are not getting our digital clock. This is because of this particular condition. So here I have defined a condition that its value should not be empty. But initially when we have defined a constructor, then what we have done, we have defined its value as empty. But here we are checking that if its value is not empty, then only we have to display this, otherwise we will return null. That is why we are not getting this value. And when we are pressing this start clock button, then we are setting some value to our current time field, and then this particular value is not empty. Then it is rendering this particular box component, which is a material UI component, and inside this box component we are displaying our current time field value. Now let us see the implementation of start clock button and stop clock button. So when we are pressing this start clock button, then our on click event is getting invoked and it is calling this particular method, that is when start button is pressed. So inside this method here you can see that we are using an set interval method. So for this set interval method we have to provide two different arguments. First one is what operation we need to perform, and second one is the interval duration. So here I have provided its value as 1000, which is in millisecond, so it is actually 1 second, which means that after every 1 second it will invoke this particular method. So what we are doing in this particular method, we are setting the value for our current time field. So initially its value was empty, and when we have pressed this start clock button, this particular method is getting invoked and it is updating the value of our current time field. So after every 1 second this method is getting invoked and it is updating the value of this current time field. That is why when we are pressing our start clock button, then after every 1 second it is updating the value of our current time field. Now let us discuss about our next button, which is a stop clock button. So when I'm pressing this stop clock button, then it is calling this particular method, that is when clock is stopped. And what we are doing in this particular method, we are resetting our interval. So here you can see that when we have pressed our start clock button, then we call a set interval method and we have assigned the ID of this particular method to our interval field. And when we are pressing our stop clock button, then we are clearing the interval by passing the ID, that is interval. So my dear friends, I hope that you are able to understand that how simply we can create a digital clock by using React.js. Wish you all the very best for your learnings.